Shiftry with Wind Rider and Galarian Life Orb Zapdos was able to do extremely well in the last global challenge. We're going to be trying out this team and seeing how well it can perform. This is Jon Hu's 40th place global challenge 2 team, and it is absolutely insane. The idea of the team is you have this Life Orb Defiant Galarian Zapdos that is able to do massive damage while providing the Tailwind support. And the reason you have Tailwind on this Galarian Zapdos for speed control, but also being able to boost up the Wind Rider with Shiftry getting a +1 attack stat just like Bramble we've seen previously. And this combination has a lot of secrets. You have the Moody Eject Pack Smeargle. So at the end of the turn, if Smeargle is still on the field, you automatically do get ejected out with that eject pack and able to get a free switch into the Shiftry or any other Pokemon, which is an absolutely nice way to get a free switch into a more offensive option. You also have support with the Fake Out, you have Follow Me, Spore, and Wide Guard for really nice coverage over. The idea with the eject pack, not only to help out Shiftry in case you do get intimidated, even if they do risk boosting up the Galarian Zapdos, but that eject pack getting that free switch can be very nice for Shiftry, being able to get more Fake Out support and also preserving the Focus Sash on Shiftry, which is pretty valuable when Shiftry is a very frail Pokemon, just like Bramble. This Wind Rider support able to do a lot of damage with that knockoff with the same type of attack bonus with +1 does so much. And next to Galarian Zapdos, that's able to put on a lot of pressure against Pokemon that are able to resist the dark moves, especially like Incineroar. Very strong under Tailwind if you do have the speed advantage. Then to balance out the team, we have the Choice Specs Fluttermane able to do a massive amount of damage. You have the Hisuian Arcanine with Assault Vest, which is a nice way to help switch into Fairy type Pokemon without having to commit your Terra on Galarian Zapdos. But even then, just having a switch into Dazzling Gleams and Moonblast from Fluttermanes is always really nice. So having that Arcanine is really strong. Also can help coverage against the Incineroars, which is nice too. And specifically for the Gouging Fire, which you do want a way to knock it out immediately because it is probably one of this team's harder matchups, with that head smash option being able to one-shot the Gouging Fire, because Burning Bulwark is a massive threat to Galarian Zapdos and Shiftry. And finally, the Wellspring Ogerpon to help out, especially against the water types, and Water Urshifu can still be very big threat to this team. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Cornerstone Ogerpon Tornadus, Fluttermane Shiyu or Shifu, and Raging Bull. Looks scary for this team. I don't think this team has the most amazing matchup against this, but we can always try. Galarian Zapdos is going to be pretty key. I do like probably... I even like Smeargle. I feel like I could probably get away with just leading Shiftry. I like Shiftry lead a lot, actually. I think Shiftry plus the Galarian Zapdos is pretty solid. And then in the back, Flutter for sure. Probably Wellspring. I don't like not having Arcanine this matchup, but I feel like Arcanine's not that great in this matchup. I am fast Wellspring Ogerpon, right? Yeah, I am fast Wellspring Ogerpon, so I can outspeed. I'm actually max speed, so I can pressure the Shiyu. I think the only problem is I'm a little bit scared of Cornerstone Ogerpon. That's actually a big threat. But I don't really like Hisuian Arcanine in the matchup because the Urshifu is pretty threatening. I don't know if it's Dark Urshifu or Water Urshifu. It could be either. So that's going to be a pretty big concern. I think Galarian Zapdos needed for Tailwind, of course. If they do bring Torn, at least I can wall it with the Shiftry and focus on the other slot, which is like a good thing about bringing a Shiftry out. Let's see how this is going to perform, because a lot of it is like repositioning. Okay, Urshifu Torn, which makes sense. It's Water Urshifu, actually. That makes it a lot easier. I can go for Fake Out plus Brave Bird if I want to. I go for Fake Out Brave Bird. I could go for the Leaf Blade if I also want to. I think my play is always to go for Fake Out into Urshifu and just click Tailwind. And I think I have to Terra because I actually don't know if I go down to Bleakwind Storm. It might be a very high possibility, so I'm just going to Tailwind. So let's see what they decide to click afterward. It looks like they stayed in, so I could have probably just Brave Bird at turn 1 and Tailwind at turn 2. But the thing is, I'm a little bit worried about not having a Wind Rider. I guess they could have Taunt on this team. We'll find out this upcoming turn. A Fake Out going to come out into their Shifu. Tailwind. Oh, it's slow Galarian's. Slow Torn. Okay, he's faster. Actually, no, we saw the Urshifu slower than the Galarian Zapdos, so that actually confirms the speed tiers, which is really good. I'm able to get the Wind Rider boost, and the Terra Steel is in a really good spot, so that's actually like the perfect case that I had. Okay, awesome. No speed drop either, so I'm faster than both of these Pokemon, even if they get Tailwind up. This is a pretty safe, I think, Leaf Blade into the... Yeah, this is a safe Leaf Blade into the Urshifu slot. Actually, do I even want a Leaf Blade? I'd probably want a knockoff. And Brave Bird. Actually, Sucker Punch Brave Bird might also be a play. I don't care if they go for Detect. So they go for Tailwind. Looks like... Are you Rocky Helmet Torn? I could have Sucker Punch, but I was thinking they would have maybe broke the Sash with Aqua Jet. So I am able to get rid of the Torn, which is nice. I'm able to get the Leaf Blade also into the Torn, or knock off into Torn. So I'm able to get a huge damage. I knock out the Torn. I was not expecting to knock out the Torn. Especially because the Torn was slower than the Urshifu. That's crazy. Right? I'm pretty sure Shifu moved before the turn. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. We are going to see Raging Bolt come in. And Flutter. Okay. I already used my Terror on the Galarian Zapdos. We see the booster energy activate, which is going to be the special attack booster. Alright. Is this Thunderclap coming out? I'm going to Sucker Punch the Flutter Mane. And I'm just going to close combat the... I think I just close combat the Raging Bolt. I don't know if they're going to go for Thunderclap. One of these can Terra. It's probably the Flutter Mane going for the Terra Fairy. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Because the reason I Sucker Punch is because now the Bolt can't Terra. And the Sucker Punch is going to chip this Flutter Mane for a pretty decent chunk. That's a lot of damage, actually. Like, a lot of damage. Yeah, they went for a Thunderclap to also break my Sash, and I wanted to avoid that too, so that's excellent. Dazzling Gleam gonna come out. Does this knock out Galarian Zapdos? It doesn't. Oh, that's so good because I get a free close combat damage into the Raging Bolt, and now I threaten Sucker Punch into the Flutter Mane the next turn for the knockout, and then my own Flutter Mane will be able to seal up the victory here. So beautiful start. Yeah, I think this is a game-winning position now. As Zapdos goes down. I think the only way is if both of these Pokemon have Protect. And they get 2 Protects to stall out my Tailwind. I think that's the only way I would lose. Guaranteed. Yes. So let me double check my Flutter Mane real quick. I'm like fast, but I'm not like super fast. So... a little bit concerned, but overall, I just Sucker Punch the Flutter Mane and I just go for a Moonblast into the Raging Bolt. They both need Protects and they have to get 2 Protects to stall out this Tailwind. The Sucker Punch will always move before Thunderclap, and I'm always taking a knock on Bolt here. Okay, they have Protects, so they're stalling out Tailwind. This wasn't my last turn Tailwind, right? I don't think it was. Oh, it was my last turn Tailwind. Okay. Let's count it turns. I think this is still fine. Actually, no, this should still be fine. The Flutter's in range of Dazzling Gleam. I think my play here is to fake out the... I think it's fake out the Flutter. Going to Wellspring Ogerpon on the Shadow Ball. Because I think this should be Thunderclap because they still have to avoid the Sucker Punch. And they should Shadow Ball the Flutter. So I'm going to try to avoid that and see how well this goes. Let's see. Fail to fake out. It did Thunderclap, yep, and Shadow Balled Wellspring Ogerpon. Cool, now I stalled out Tailwind efficiently. And then I think I guarantee the game now because now I can Sucker Punch. I guess that the Bolt has some crazy move here. If the Bolt has Electro Web for some reason, I guess it's not over because they have Protect and Thunderclap. We don't know if they have Electro Web. If they have Electro Web, this is still a game, I suppose. I'm gonna Sucker Punch the Bolt, I think, and protect the Wellspring. They protect Flutter. I don't know if they're double protecting the Scout or something, but I'm okay with that. Because I'm just trying to prevent Electro Web. If I sack Shiftry, it was fine. Okay, perfect. I win. So I Sucker Punched the Bolt because if they attacked with Flutter to take the knockout on a Shiftry, that's fine. I click Rage Powder, Dazzling Gleam, and I win the game, I think, because I think the Flutter was in range of Dazzling Gleam because Sucker Punch did so much damage. I think it's a frail Flutter. So even if it's fast Flutter, I click Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam, and I avoid pretty much anything. I think since it's not booster energy on the Raging Bolt, I don't think they could have knocked out the Flutter with like a Thunderclap plus Dazzling Gleam with spread. I felt like I was fine there. But yeah, we will go for Sucker Punch and Follow Me, I guess. Doesn't matter what I do with Ogerpon. The Sucker Punch always wins. All right. Miscounted Tailwind turn. Miscounted Tailwind turn. I'm used to seeing just the Sulphus Bolt in general. But, I mean, turn one was probably like the most solid I could have gotten. It gave me +2. Oh, that's why I did so much damage with Shiftry. Because I was +2 Sucker Punch. I completely forgot. I forgot I had to boost. It's been a while since I used Wind Rider, so that's why. Like, I was wondering, wow, that Torrent just dropped, even though it was bulky. But then I realized, oh, I'm +2. And that's why the Sucker Punch did so much damage to Flutter. So it also would have came down to if their Flutter was even faster than mine. With Special Attack Booster, it can, but it requires a lot of speed. Umbreon, a Whimsicott, Sneasler, Chi-Yu, Farigiraf, Metagross. What am I looking at here? Okay, Shiftry's actually really good in this matchup because Wind Rider against Heatwave Chi-Yu is pretty solid. So it's also good into Metagross. Just the Sneasler I'm a little bit concerned about, but Galarian Zapdos is probably pretty decent against it. I would say I like the Galarian Zapdos a lot. I like the Smeargle lead. I think should be pretty consistent. I like the Shiftry, although I'm just trying to figure out if it's 100% worth it. I think it is. And then last Pokemon, it's either Fluttermane or Arcanine. Both aren't bad. Arcanine gives me a little bit of an easier time, I think, against the Sneasler, and the Chi-Yu, I suppose. Although I'll be switching to Heat Waves with Shiftry anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Be fine, and I think Fluttermane for damage output. Let's see how well this can go. I think the big idea here is just being able to threaten a lot of damage using the Tailwind. Galarian Zapdos next to the Shiftry should be in a pretty good spot. Let's see. Do I want to fake out? It's going to be a good question. It's going to depend on the lead. Going to be the Sneasler and the Umbreon. Not what I've expected, but okay. Not really too worried about the Umbreon. I will just go for the Tailwind immediately. How the heck does the Sneasler activate a Unburden? Maybe it's not Unburden. I do think that this is a pretty safe Spore into the Sneasler slot. I think is pretty safe. They go for Fake Out into the Smeargle, which is fine, as I will go for the Tailwind. And let us see what the Umbreon decides to go for. It is going to be a Flinch Taunt. Perfect. I get the eject pack out, so I get the free swap immediately. And I get to go out into the Shiftry, which is a pretty good option here. I didn't go for Fake Out on Umbreon because there's really no reason to. Umbreon wasn't really threatening much other than Yawn. And the Sneasler is probably the biggest offensive threat. I could also just go out into my Fluttermane, which is also pretty good play. And you know what? Fluttermane is looking pretty tough for them to switch into. I do think that Fluttermane's really hard for them to switch into. So, you know, let's go Fluttermane. Just threaten Dazzling Gleam. Why not? We do have turns to utilize, I think, our Shiftry. I can see a position where I can reset Tailwind later on. I don't see why I don't just go for a close combat into the Sneasler and a Dazzling Gleam as well, which should easily pick up the knockout, I'd imagine. But also if they Terra, this I think covers every Terra besides Ghost. Maybe Poison, I suppose. But yeah, it looks like they stay in. Dazzling Gleam going to come out. Look at how much damage I just do to both. Close combat going to pick up the knockout into the Sneasler, which is excellent. And then like Umbreon can do something, but I have like no idea what they're going to pick. So goodbye, Sneasler. Really nice. And Umbreon, you're going to click what? Yawn? Maybe Yawn. I'm just going to switch. Foul play. All right. This is going to do a hefty amount. Yeah, but not too bad thanks to that resist. Leftovers. Yep. All right, who is being brought out next? Metagross is probably like one of the prime contenders, but I'm okay with it. Metagross is going to reveal itself. That's a-okay by me. I do want to get Shiftry in if I can. I'm just going to go for a close combat. Going to target down the Umbreon. I'm going to switch out into my Smeargle. I don't know if their choice banded Bullet Punch, but I think Smeargle's in a really safe spot. Like it can go down and I'd be okay with that because I get Shiftry next to the Galarian Zapdos, which is nice. They go for the Bullet Punch into the Galarian Zapdos. Not able to pick up the knockout thanks to the huge bulk that Galarian Zapdos does have. Close combat going to finish off the Umbreon, and now Shiftry comes in next to Smeargle. I have Fake Out Pressure, double Fake Out Pressure even, so I could go for Fake Out Spore or I could go for the knockoff. So that is really nice. Zapdos goes down, but I do get the free switch into the Tailwind on the Shiftry. So pretty much one of the most ideal games I could ask for. Get a defense boost for attack drop is actually really ideal because if that's like Terra Steel, Choice Band, and Bullet Punch, I guarantee survive now. Let's go out into that Shiftry and get that Wind Rider boost. And let's see what my opponent decides to bring out next. What are you going to be? I have no... Is that Whimsicott? Oh, that's really good. Okay. So get the Wind Rider boost. I'm going to go for a knockoff into the Shiftry slot. And... I think a Spore into the Metagross. I don't think it's Taunt Whimsicott too. I get Fake Out the Metagross as well. What is Spore actually? Because what? You have to be Terra Grass, I think. And then I just get the Spore off anyway. So let's see. Metagross is going to go for the Terra. Going to be Terra Water, so it's actually weak to Shiftry. It also no longer resists the Dazzling Gleam from the Flame. So Flame should be able to clean up in the back too. Okay. Ooh, wait, they do Taunt. Okay. They have double Taunt. Wasn't sure. All right. I'm able to go for a knockoff into the Metagross. Get rid of Assault Vest so we confirm the item. And I can't Spore after the Taunt. We're going to see Heavy Slam come out into the Shiftry, but not going to be able to pick up a knockout. Okay. Ellen Peters out. Still think this is a-okay. Knockoff did a lot. I'm probably going to Tailwind. I'm just going to go for a Sucker Punch into Metagross, and I'm going to actually swap out the Smeargle into the Fluttermane. I guess the Spore was a bit of a too greedy play because the Taunt was a decent option, or a decent chance they had it. I wasn't too sure if they were going to have double Taunt on this team, but I do think that I can clean up with... Oh, I guess I could Tailwind with Whimsicott and then Bullet Punch the Shiftry. Although I think it's fine because the Metagross doesn't have the Assault Vest, so I should be able to Fake Out Dazzling Gleam afterward. So I think I'm still good. Yeah, it should still be good. Because Shiftry outspeeds the Metagross before Tailwind. Yeah, I should be fine. And we know it's a Assault Vest Metagross, so unless this was a Assault Vest Protect Metagross, I think I was okay. So let's go with the Terra Dark Shiftry and get that Sucker Punch off, which should be able to finish off, I think, the Metagross. I hope so. It looked like it should. Okay, I'm going to come out. Do they Bullet Punch? If they Bullet Punch, it's fine. Yeah, okay. So good play on their part. A little bit of some mess ups here in the end game for me, but I do think that I do seal the game. Again, has to be Protect Metagross specifically. And remember, it had an Assault Vest earlier. So we will go out into Smeargle. Click Fake Out. Click Moonblast, and we'll be good. So maybe a little bit could have been better. Maybe Moonblast special attack drop is what they're going for, I guess. I don't think Metagross is able to survive. I think if I went for Dazzling Gleam and they got the special attack drop, then it would have affected it. But because I went for the Moonblast just to ensure, because I was like, okay, what are the ways they could get around this? I guess Moonblast special attack drop. I just go for the Moonblast there and was able to secure, so perfect. And now we should be able to guarantee the game by clicking follow me plus the Moonblast into Whimsicott. So a few mistakes here and there. Definitely the fake out was definitely not the right call. I did waste my Terra, but I didn't really need my Terra on Flutter Mane, I think, for the end game. So I think it was like a fine option. They did make the best play of going for the tail and Bullet Punch, which was good by them. But I think I was up so far ahead at this point. Like, as long as I didn't throw 2 times in a row, I was good, and it was good enough. So nice, able to get a decent position. Wish we could have done a little bit more damage with the Shiftry, but don't think it was too bad for a starter case. Okay, Regieleki, Sylveon, Excalibur, Wellspring, Ogerpon, Incineroar, and Landis Incarnate. Oh, I know that a player known as Bars used this team at Utrecht. I didn't know if he released a paste or not, or maybe someone recreated it, but okay, how do I want to approach this matchup? Regieleki is actually scary, and I mean scary. Okay, really like the Zapdos. Syrian Arcanine is actually pretty decent here. Water is also pretty good. I think my favorites would be Galarian Zapdos is really good here. I really like the... Do I want Smeargle or do I want to... Yeah, I do kind of like Smeargle actually. I like Smeargle. Arcanine's really good. Like Shiftry I think is really solid. No Flutter. I think I could get away with no Flutter against this team. And I don't really see... Well, Wellspring helps against the Landorus, but I think I could pressure enough with the Shiftry if I play it correctly. So let's see what we can do. I like the idea of Smeargle just because I think I don't want to lead the Shiftry against a potential Incineroar, but also they have Fake Out. I also want to have Fake Out pressure because Eleki is actually like a really big pain. We're going to see Eleki Ogerpon, which is actually really ideal. Okay. So I can Fake Out the Eleki and go for a Tailwind, which is what I'm going to do. So let's see. I could Fake Out the Ogerpon if I want to, but are they Terra Ghosts? I actually don't even know. Terra Ghost, Regieleki. I didn't know it was Terra Ghost. Okay. I thought it was Terra Electric when I saw this on the open team sheet, but it might realistically be really bad here. Okay. Might not be the end of the world though if they went for Electroweb. Okay. I should live this with Zapdos. Okay. Not ideal, but playable. Fine is really funny here. I don't have the Sash broken on that Mon though. That's the problem. How fast is the Galarian Zapdos? It's not faster than this. No, not after Electroweb. Gotta go Shiftry. The fact that well, do I even have a play? I guess I had to Wide Guard turn 1 then. Yeah, I would have had to Wide Guard turn 1. I would have had to hard commit on Electroweb though, which is not super ideal. Okay, I want to hang on to Galarian Zapdos. Am I going Arcanine or am I going Smeargle? I kind of like the idea of going Smeargle and just Leaf Blading. Regieleki. Let's see if Regieleki protects, although I don't really see a reason why you would protect and risk your Ogerpon. Unless you're going Incineroar and protecting, which I think would make sense. Smeargle in. Follow Me makes sense too. Okay, that's why I Leaf Bladed. Also covered to Follow Me. Good damage, but not knockout. Electroweb. There was a dodge. Smeargle. All right. Which I'd prefer if it was. Oh wait, it's modest Eleki because it should have outsped my. Should have outsped earlier. Okay. I can wide guard then. And I can leaf blade again. Oh, I did not mean to leaf blade the Ogerpon. They're going Incineroar. Sylveon. Did they protect Eliki? Because it'd be really funny if this worked out. Now they both switched. Okay. That's fine. I got a huge leaf blade damage, and both of these Pokemon are in extreme speed range. They're also really weak to Arcanine in the back. So that misclick actually kind of works out in our favor because the Eliki doesn't get a free switch back. As much as this has been a disaster, it's actually not terribly over yet. Leaf blade into Sylveon, not bad. We go out into Arcanine. I guess like the only thing is I could have Sport with Smeargle? I guess I could have. Yeah, I could have Sport with Smeargle. I guess that would have been like the only thing. I'm gonna Rock Slide. I do want to play greedy here. Yeah, because I can't really afford to extreme speed on an Eliki switch or Incineroar. I need to get damage on Incineroar. I guess we're gonna knock off the Sylveon slot. They go for Spiky Shield. This is double protect. They don't know my item on the Arcanine, so they might think I choice locked into Rock Slide, and if that's the case, I could get a surprise extreme speed and maybe a double knockout. So despite this, the game is nowhere near over. I also should Leaf Blade to Sylveon in case Incineroar comes out now. Because since I'm not Rock Sliding, I think Leaf Blade will get the knockout on Sylveon. But the knockoff won't. Okay, nice. They did think I was choice locked. So I get the extreme speed knock on the Ogerpon. I get the Leaf Blade KO into the Sylveon. And despite how bad this game was looking, like really bad, we have a chance. Also, that Sylveon's decently slow because we are Electrode with Shiftry, so we're -1 speed. But like Sylveon needs a lot of speed in order to actually outspeed things. And because they're not Tailwind, I didn't think they were like a really fast offensive variant. Eliki going to come out in Excalibur. Oh, Landorus. Okay. Just fine? Yeah. I have the Terra Fairy here. I'm just worried if Landorus protects. I mean, my play is just to always Rock Slide. I'm pretty sure in Sucker Punch. I don't know if I KO with Extreme Speed plus Sucker Punch. Is it +1 Sucker Punch? But I really don't know how much damage we do. But I think it's worth it. Sucker Punch and Rock Slide. Because if they have Sub and they go for Sub here for some reason, I think that's really bad. So I'd rather just try to attempt a Rock Slide plus a Sucker Punch. Let's see. Landorus protects, which is fine. Okay. If I have to gamble with extreme speed, I will. And I will the next turn. I didn't feel like I had to this turn. The next turn I might. Electroweb is not going to change anything. Because I'm slower than both of you anyway. So that's fine. Rock Slide. Please connect with the Eliki. Because the Eliki's now fearing Sucker Punch from that slot too. Okay. Good. Now we can go for Extreme Speed Sucker Punch. Let's see if the Landorus is bulky enough to survive this combo. I think this Landorus was decently slow, so it might be bulky. Eliki protects, which is what I thought. Even then, this is the best play because I knew Eliki might be more inclined to protect on that option. Extreme Speed doesn't do that much, but +1 Sucker Punch. Barely missing the knockout. Okay. They Sludge Bomb the Arcanine. All right. Arcanine goes down. Oh, this is going to be a close one. This is such a close one. I made a lot of mistakes, but we're in a position to actually maybe take the win. They have to call who I'm sucker punching. Actually, wait, if it's slow Landorus, because I feel like the Landorus should be bulky. Brave Bird KOs. Like a Brave Bird into sucker punch. I really want to rely on that. I kind of do. The extreme, it took the extreme speed pretty well. I'm willing to risk it. And it looks like they attacked with both. And if they attack with both, they just lose the game anyway. Because the Eliki had only attacking moves. Maybe if the Landorus click sub here, that's what they're going for. But if they just attack, they just lose, guaranteed. I am faster than the Landorus. Okay, perfect. So Brave Bird into the Landorus will pick up the knockout and finish off the game. So terrible start. Oh my goodness. The Terra Ghost was like, oh, I was like, oh no. But we were thankfully able to, I think, get the double knockout, which was like pretty important. I got the damage. The misclick actually helped me. It really did, because I was able to reposition and get the damage into Sylveon, which was huge. So I don't know. Looks like Fate chose. I don't know. This is one heck of a team. Annihilate, Indeedee, Gouging Fire with Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Cornerstone, Ogerpon, and Rillaboom. There's no beat up, so it's probably Final Gambit Ape. I forgot. Do I have Terra Ghost on Smeargle? I do, which does give me something. Okay. I like Smeargle quite a bit here. Oh, this is gonna be so weird, the combinations. I don't even like Flutter realistically. I think I'm gonna lead Zapdos though, because Zapdos pressures the Ape and the Rillaboom. I think Shiftry in the back. And I see an Arcanine because it's a normal switch. It's gonna be a weird game. I think I have to Terra to Smeargle. And if they lead something like Cornerstone, Ogerpon plus Indeedee as a Trick Room lead setup, it's not looking too good. Although, yeah, I just can't really tell what this team is. I feel like it is going to be some Final Gambit strat with like Trick Room. But then they have the Howl mode. It's really weird. So we're going to try something and see how it works. I'm trying out Smeargle because I want to go for the Terra Ghost option, but I really don't know what I'm expecting here. I really don't. So we'll find out together, because I'm just lost on this team. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, if I'm expecting a Annihilate lead, I'm going for Spore easily into the partner. This is Indeedee plus Blood Moon. Okay. Not awful. As long as it's not Goggles. Like you see, would be a nice confirmation. Nice. Okay. I might have to sack the Zapdos turn one. I mean, I Spore here always. I could Terra. I don't think it's necessary. I can switch out Indeedee into Cornerstone, which would be really bad. Do I want to detect? I think I would detect this turn. Let's see. Oh, I completely forgot if they have Terra Grass. It's really bad. Okay, no, they Terra Normal. I was like, wait, I forgot Indeedee could carry Terra Grass, but a lot of them are Terra Fairy, especially for the Darker Shifu. Yeah. Terra Normal. We go for the Detect. We go for the Spore. Nice, and they followed me too. So if I close combat, I would have been in a bad spot because they went for the follow me. They won't have a sleep turn, which is really good. Okay. Life Orb close combat should knock out Blood Moon, so I'm not too concerned about it. They go for Hyper Voice. Probably knocks out Smeargle. I'd imagine so. Especially, well, if it's not Life Orb, maybe it doesn't, but I feel like it should. Yeah, it blows up. Okay. That's fine. I get my free switch to the Shiftry. And we're using Shiftry without Wind Rider, but I do think it's good here. I feel like Blood Moon should always protect. The double up is really obvious. And I mean really obvious. But I really can't tell with this team. You know what? I'm going to knock off the Entity. I'm going to Tailwind. It's greedy. But let's see if the protect comes out from Blood Moon. Because I feel like they have so many reposition options. Like A, burn a turn on Entity, which I think is a pretty big one. B is like the option to go for a Rillaboom switch here. So they have Fake Out pressure. We'll find out, but those are my guesses. Entity retreats. I really feel this should be Rillaboom and protect. Yeah. Okay, got that right. Well, half right. Let's see. Hey, it's the Assault Vest. Okay. Oh, I guess we didn't see life. Oh, I guess did Hyper Voice just KO Smeargle? I guess it probably did. Oh, what? This man is something, or this person's something. This guy, gal, this king is something. Okay. Going Arcanine protecting. What the heck am I seeing right now? Oh, Focus Sash Rillaboom. Sure. I'm going to Hisuian Arcanine. Covers the Fake Out Hyper Voice play. Seems pretty safe. It looks like it is going to be Assault Vest on the Blood Moon. I thought it was Life Orb for KOing Smeargle, but I guess I kind of overestimated Smeargle's bulk a little bit. I know it's frail, but like, I'm just so used to seeing Life Orb that I completely didn't see that it wasn't Life Orb and neglected it. We detect here. Fake Out comes out into the Smeargle slot, or into the Shiftry slot. Interesting. They go for Blood Moon. I do not think you KO Galarian Zapdos. I really don't think you do. Okay, so that explains why they're playing so aggressive, because they can't protect. So I'm gonna go for a Flare Blitz. I think this is max speed on the Rillaboom. How much do I need, Arcanine? It's pretty important. I think I'd rather risk a Rock Slide. I'm thinking close combat KOs the Blood Moon, unless they switch on like Entity or something. And then I got a single target Rock Slide, assuming that they stay in. Vacuum Wave, hopefully. Maybe Vacuum Wave, Grassy Glide, double up the Arcanine, which is not going to KO, which is perfectly acceptable. But yeah, definitely did not expect what has been coming out. We're gonna see the swap into Entity. No, what is that? Ogerpon? Ogerpon, okay. So close combat, no Vacuum Wave is nice. I get extra damage. Get the KO on Blood Moon as I expected earlier. Yep, all right. Beautiful. Okay. And a Rock Slide coming out. Nice. Really good damage. Okay. I have to double. I have the. I got two options. Okay, Rillaboom's coming in, which is not too surprising. They have two plays, which involves Fake Out one of the slots and attack with the Ogerpon, or they could Spiky Shit with the Ogerpon and attack with the Rillaboom. I kind of want to go back into Shiftry and click Protect with the Zapdos, because I want to see what they're going to click afterward. I think I want to reset Tailwind, because if I get Tailwind up again, I think I do win the game by knocking out the Ogerpon. But let's see. Bring out the Shiftry. If this is Fake Out on the Zapdos and Ivy Cudgel, I'm sorry, Shiftry, but I think this is perfectly acceptable. Protect the Zapdos. We're going to see Fake Out come out into the Arcanine slot. Please tell me it's the Zapdos that they're Ivy Cudgeling. No, unfortunate. All right. Okay. And when Peter's out, we go out in Arcanine. Arcanine's still in a really good spot to potentially win the game. especially with this Intimidate dropping into the Ogre Pond. I'm a little bit scared about Grassy Glide, Ivy Cudgel stuff. I think ideally I click Rock Slide and Tailwind. I have no idea if it's fast Ogre Pond or not. I guess I could close combat the Ogre Pond as well, because if they don't protect, I feel like I'm in a good spot. Yeah, I think I close combat actually, because Tailwind is not necessary. They switch out Rillaboom, which is fine. This is an NDD. Comes down to the Ogre Pond. What does it do here? If it Spiky Shields, I really wish I Tailwinded, but if they Ivy Cudgel one of my slots, I'm still in a really good spot because I just doubled the Rillaboom the next turn, unless the Rillaboom's protect. This matchup has definitely been a lot more stressful than I feel like it could have been. Okay. Arcanine, Terra Fairy. Oh. That is something. Encore Cornerstone Ogre Pond. I'm clicking the same thing again. I don't see why I wouldn't ever click Rock Slide here. This endgame is going to be really tough against the Rillaboom. I do think it's winnable, but still. We Terra the Blood Moon, so I don't have to worry about Cornerstone getting a more powerful Ivy Cudgel here. You could go Rillaboom for the Cornerstone to reset the Intimidate. The NDD still has not taken a turn of sleep yet. One turn of Encore burn, so we have two more. This one and then the next one. I think I could time the Encore to where I should be able to win, assuming I hit the Rock Slides. Cornerstone could protect and they could swap out into Rillaboom, but I don't really see the super big benefit of it. And it looks like they're giving me Cornerstone. Ivy Cudgel. No crit. That's really good for me that they didn't crit. Get a Rock Slide. Okay. All right. So that's really important. This next turn is this is what's spooking me this upcoming turn. The Rillaboom can fake out if they want to. If they do fake out, they probably lose though. I go for Extreme Speed doesn't KO. I'm taking a Flare Blitz, I think. I'm gonna Flare Blitz to the Rillaboom and I'm gonna Brave Bird. Or not Brave Bird. I have to detect this upcoming turn. It's tricky, but the fact that it's not, since it's Focus Sash, Rillaboom is actually in a really weird spot. I think it comes down to, does NDD wake up this turn and what's moveset is. And if the Rillaboom is Protect, then it's something. But yeah, I'm going aggressive against the Rillaboom. Because Rillaboom's like the main damage dealer. I guess I could Flare Blitz. Actually, maybe I should have Flare Blitz to Indy. Because if I Flare Blitz to NDD, then Zapdos should be able to beat the remaining. Actually, I should have Flare Blitz to NDD. Yeah. Because some of the lines I'm thinking. Oh, it was faster. So I should have Extreme Speeded. Game's not over because I have Max Speed Zapdos. Encore ends. I'm not liking this endgame. Also, how slow? I guess if it's Focus Sash, Max Speed kind of makes sense. Because it's definitely a fast Rillaboom, but mostly that much. I think I close combat to NDD. Because if they go for Wood Hammer, that means they might take the recoil for a knockout. I'm just worried if the NDD has Psychic now because I have not been able to anticipate anything right on this team. I feel like Galarian Zapdos should live one Wood Hammer and then the recoil knocks out Rillaboom. I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for at this point. After Life Orb though, it's going to be close. I just need to Extreme Speed to Rillaboom. Oh, and the recoil wasn't even enough. So I guess I had to close combat the Rillaboom and then hoping. Did he take its third turn or second turn? The Encore Ogerpon definitely screwed up a lot of my plan. And I guess I should have probably anticipated being max speed Rillaboom if it was Focus Sash. So that was definitely a mistake on my part. I might have probably, I feel like maybe I should have went a bit more aggressive earlier on in the game. All right, let's go over to games. In game one, Shiftry was able to do massive work on my opponent as it was able to threaten so much damage after the Wind Rider boost. And I was able to find a way to win the game in almost every possible scenario. In game two, had a really solid start, but a very greedy spot from me. Was not expecting taunt from the Whimsicott, with the Umbreon revealing it earlier, but I was already far ahead to where as long as I didn't make another major mistake, I was able to seal the game. In game 3, there were major mistakes turn 1 of not knowing about the Terra Ghost on the Regieleki, so it put me on a heavy back foot. But a misclick helped to get a lot of damage onto the Sylveon with a double knockout, allowed me to position strongly against the Regieleki and Landorus remaining. While I wasn't able to get the knockout onto Landorus with the double up, it was a slower Landorus which helped me seal the win with Galarian Zapdos outspeeding it. In game 4, a really strange game. Getting rid of the Blood Moon early, only sacrificing Smeargle was great, but Ogerpon with Encore caught me off guard and I really messed up with the Rillaboom, which I should have considered a fast set, especially with it having Focus Sash that we knocked off. So Extreme Speed was the play because Grassy Glide wasn't doing enough damage anyway, and the recoil from Woodhammer would have made it faint after an Extreme Speed. It was really fun to use a Wind Rider Pokemon again. I do miss Brambleghast, and this Shiftry team was really fun overall. It does have, I think, an annoying matchup of Gouging Fire, but it was really, really fun to play against. And when you do get that position with Shiftry and Zapdos in the right spots, it's able to dish out so much damage. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. If you'd like to try out the rental code, hopefully it is still available. It is on your screen currently. But otherwise, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.